To this exciting announcement. We want to thank the City of Hammond for hosting us for this exciting event. You know, over the past year, we've learned a lot of things. We've learned that we really crave to have a sense of belonging, the importance of health and wellness, the importance of access and affordability, the importance of having our kids safe in a place to learn, to grow, and to thrive. And probably most important, what we've heard is a place to connect with friends. When people were inside, stuck in their homes, the things we heard most were about that. I probably should introduce myself. You know, I started going after this and I thought, you know, I'm not at a YMCA staff meeting anymore. So I apologize. I am Jay Buckmaster. I am the CEO of the Crossroads YMCA. You know, when you don't have that in your script, you forget to announce yourself. So I apologize. The important partnerships. Boy, there have been so many partnerships during this pandemic to be able to serve the kids and families in our community in need. And that's really what the Crossroads YMCA's mission is we want to transform Lake County. We want to make sure that we're a safe place for kids to learn, to grow, and to thrive, to build positive friendships, to build confidence, and to be around positive role models. And I think we can all understand how important that is. We want it to be a place for people to connect. Not one time did we hear when people came back, we really missed those treadmills that you had. It was that we missed the staff, we missed the people, we missed the connections. And that's important because the YMCA is more than just a gym and a swim. This was a place when we think about how we can serve the community to relieve stress, to be healthy, to learn positive values of caring, honesty, respect, and responsibility. And probably most important, we've seen a trusted place to be able to make sure that your kids are safe and that they're thriving, whether it's our early learning and preschool readiness, whether it's through our summer day camp program, which we are on the cusp of serving thousands of kids in the next couple of weeks. We started this journey years ago, and it was the first big one was the South Lake YMCA. We launched that a couple of years ago. What we learned is that we were serving about 4,000, 5,000 people at that time. We currently serve about 34,000 people at that Y. What we learned very quickly is there was a massive gap in opportunities for kids, for families, for adults, for a place to connect, a place to belong. And we believe that that is going to happen here in North Lake County. The Y in Hammond has had a very rich history, but it's been up and down. In 2010, we were close to, the Y was close to closing. It was on the verge of bankruptcy, and that's when the partnership with the South Lake Y had happened. In 2019, the mayor and the city partnered with the Dean and Barbara White Foundation, Bill Hanna's here today, and the Y to be able to do a $3.5 million addition. That expansion doubled the size of the Hammond YMCA. That was 5,000 square feet, doubled the size of the Hammond YMCA. It went from serving 5,000 people to now currently, or at that point pre-pandemic, to serve 10,000 people. There are not too many organizations that are what we have now seemed to be a natural disclaimer of before COVID or after COVID, right? The Hammond YMCA is 125% higher post-COVID than it was pre-COVID. So it just speaks to the need for a place for kids, for families, and adults to connect. We have a visit history, when we look at it monthly, of about 25,000 people, or 25,000 visitors that come through that facility. And so we believe that the need is great. And so we are excited to be able to announce at this site right here a destination YMCA. This will be a $45 million YMCA. It will be 2.5 times the size of the current Hammond YMCA. It will also have an outdoor water park, in it, and we're just extremely excited to be able to offer this to the people in North Lake County. We think this YMCA will serve 50,000 people in North Lake County. In a time when Ys are struggling to be able to serve people, there are not too many people standing in a parking lot or anywhere with partners like the City of Hammond and the Dean and Barbara White Family Foundation post-COVID being able to build a 45, whoops, this might get a little shorter, a 45,
I'll keep it.
yeah, that's right. You know better. Offering a $45 million, being able to build a $45 million Y and transforming North Lake County. So we're extremely excited about that. I'd like to be able to introduce now, there's some great partners that are with us in this journey. And so I'd like to bring up Bill Hanna, who's the Executive Director of the Dean and Barbara White Family Foundation.
What a great day, huh? Not just weather-wise, but for the City of Hammond. I want to thank Mayor Tom for having us here and for his partnership. Jay and the YMCA, what a fabulous partnership that is when you really think about it. We are excited about this project because if you look behind you even and you consider what's going on here that Jay is describing, this will rival and surpass just about anything in the Midwest, I think. I'm just privileged and honored to be able to represent the White family here today. They have a mission to partner with creation of facilities like this and programs that will have a catalytic effect on the neighborhoods and Northwest Indiana. We look at health and wellness, youth education, economic development, strong sense of community and sustainability. And this particular project checks all the boxes. So it's right in the sweet spot of where we want to be. We think this is going to have a huge impact on people. The legacy of Dean and Barbara White really isn't in brick and mortar as much as it is in the hearts of the people who live in Northwest Indiana. So if you think about this gift, it's an investment in people and in community, and we know what happens when we get people together. Things go great. There's a building of positivity and community that will happen in this particular facility. We're glad to partner with the Y because they're such a great and competent partner, world-known operators that will make this thing as good as it possibly can be, and of course Mayor Tom and the staff that he's put together at the City of Hammond. I've had the pleasure of working with them on projects quite frequently over the years, and everything has always been built the way they said it was going to be built. They build it on time and they do a great job. Highly competent group of people under your leadership. So lucky to have the mayor here in Hammond. We are going to be giving $10 million as an initial gift to match dollar for dollar with the City of Hammond. We're grateful for the partnership with the city. What a commitment, and to be able to step in this thing together and link arms with the city and the foundation is tremendous. We're going to be offering an additional $15 million in the form of a match. So for every dollar given, we will match $1.50 with the goal of raising an additional $10 million from businesses and individuals. So we're dedicating overall $25 million to this project. That's how much we believe in this. So again, honor and privilege to be here. Thank you for all of you and what you do for the community. And again, it's just a distinct honor and a privilege to be able to represent the White family here today and to be able to carry forth their legacy. So thank you.
Thank you, Bill. We just overwhelmed by the continued support of the Dean and Barbara White Family Foundation. Mayor Tom, I'm going to introduce next. There aren't too many mayors I know that continually support this community day in and day out. And so we announced, in December, we had a pretty good plan, Mayor Tom. We announced a $10 million expansion to the current Hammond YMCA, and Mayor Tom came to me, it was about February maybe, and he said, "That ain't good enough, Jay. we got to do something bigger and more transformational, for the city of Hammond. And voila, we're standing in the place where this will be, because he would want me to say this, because we rib about this, about the South Lake Y. This addition is 15,000 square foot bigger than the South Lake Y, than their addition. So that's a challenge to Mayor Dave. But anyways, we are just thrilled, and so I'd like to introduce Mayor Tom.
Wow. It's a weird day today, but before I get into what I want to talk about, I want to introduce my bosses that are here today that are going to help make this happen. So let's start first off with the host councilman, 3rd District Councilman Barry. Good to see you, Barry. Barry Tyler. Everybody knows Barry. The council president is also here. A lot of people think it's his district, but it's really the cutoff between the 3rd and the 5th District. Dave Warple, good to see you, Councilman. Councilwoman at Large, Janet Venez. Great to see you, Councilwoman. Councilman at Large, Dan Spitali. Thank you, Councilman. Hessville's Councilman, and Scott Rakos. Good to see you here, Councilman. Hammond's 2nd District Councilman, Pete Torres. Thank you very much, Councilman. And I hope I got everybody. Is Bill here? All right, good. I want to start off with the Dean and Barbara White family and say thank you. It's an interesting day that we're going to have today in Hammond. We're starting off with amazing and excellent news about a family that made billions of dollars here in Northwest Indiana. And upon Mr. White's passing, the family members got together and decided to take that and help enrich parts of Northwest Indiana where Mr. White made his money. And by gifting and building and renewing optimism and giving back. And it's wonderful. $25 million in the city of Hammond after already giving millions of dollars just a few years ago for the other Y. And this is going to be transformational, what we're talking about. This was a dead spot when I took over as mayor. It was a dying mall. And nobody in Hammond had confidence. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't even have confidence sometimes. And this is it. This is going to put us over the top, Bill. I just want you to take that back to the White family. It's amazing. It really is. Thank you very much. So, could you give him a big round? My staff is amazing, by the way. I'd love to say this was all my idea, but it wasn't. Phil Talon, where are you? My chief of staff. Came to me with this crazy ass idea. We're going to build, I got an idea, Mayor. Let's go to the old Carson and see if the Y would be interested in building there. And I said, great on paper, Phil, but there's no way. They're not going to go for it. They just rebuilt it. And how would we get the money? And so I approached Jay, and I said, Jay, don't laugh at me. We got an idea. And he was listening. He was like, wow, I never even thought of that, Mayor. And I'm like, what? Like, inside, it was poker face, totally. But I was like, wow. I called Phil. I'm like, I think they're interested. And I tell you, like, I'm super lucky because I got people like Phil and Africa Tarver, who's the head of planning and development, that's going to help shepherd this project through. My economic development team, my community development team, the people at the Hammond Y. It's amazing. I mean, this is going to be transformational for this area. And how about this? I'm going to name a gentleman that has no idea I'm going to name him. Guy that bought that building over there, Al Krieger. Good to see you, Al. How you doing? Let me tell you something. A lot of people not only thought the old Walmart Mall was dead, certainly the old Walmart's dead, right? Who's going to want the old Walmart, right? Well, Al buys it. And then he brings North Shore Health. Thank goodness, by the way. Looking back on how things worked out, thank goodness people like North Shore Health wanted to invest in Hammond, right? Or else we'd have a real desert. But if it wasn't for a guy like Al buying a building that nobody had confidence in, not only do we not have North Shore Health, he's going to make a couple bucks, I imagine, off this project, right? We're bringing a world-class YMCA next to a world-class sports center, and Al was smart enough to invest in the city of Hammond, and I hope he makes a lot of money off it. And I just want to say thank you, Al, very much. You're a wonderful person. Thank you. I didn't prepare anything to talk about because I have a lot on my mind. We have a lot of challenges. And now it's not so much the old Woodmar Mall property that people are worried about. People are confident about this, and I'm confident about it. And I can't wait to see what this area looks like in 5 years. But now it's a different part of the city people are worried about. And I can tell you this, I promise. We're going to work hard on that. And I tell you what, we're going to win. It's going to take some time, but we're going to win, just like we did here. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention Jay and the YMCA and the board of the YMCA and all the loyal residents that go to the YMCA and keep it packed with people. And Jay, also for making it a little bit bigger in Crown Point. I personally want to say thank you for that. Because Mayor Dave and I are very good friends, and I know that's just going to bug him, so I appreciate that. But I just want to say thank you, Jay.
You're welcome.
To you and to your board for believing in us. And you know, the $10 million is a lot of money, but we're going to raise it because it's going to match so much more money. And it's a lot of people coming together to reinvest in an old part of our county, into Hammond, a 130-year-old city. And without everybody working together, you know, who knows what this area would look like. But I just want to say thank you very much to everybody that worked so hard. Thank you very much. And I can't wait to cut the ribbon on this when it's open. Take care.
Thanks, Mayor. The YMCA, which sometimes people misunderstand, is a nonprofit, and so all the assets belong to the community. They don't. They continue anything that we make and invest in our facilities continues to go back into the community. And so my boss is here to the right, Mark Bates, and so we have had some crazy ideas. We have pushed the limits to be able to make it better for the residents in Lake County. We want to transform Lake County, and that means every piece of Lake County as we go through. And so there are a couple of board members here. If you just stand. This is a group that dedicates a lot of time to be able to do this. So I thank them, and I'd like to introduce, because you know, when it's Phil's crazy idea, and then it's Tom's crazy idea, then it's my crazy idea, it goes to Mark, because Mark has to be able to hear that crazy idea, which goes to the board. So Mark Bates, I appreciate it.
Good morning. On behalf of the Board of Directors of the Crossroads YMCA, I'm excited to see what started out as a casual conversation with Mayor Tom and Jay to where we are today. It's just, and this has only been, since February. So it's been very quick. But the commitment we have as a board on this project is 100% behind the city of Hammond and everyone. And we'd be remiss without mentioning the Dean and Barbara White Foundation for being part of this project. But most importantly, in my mind, is the kids and family throughout the area. They are going to be the ones that are going to win with this new facility, by far. In my mind, this is a game changer for the city of Hammond and the surrounding areas, no doubt about it. I envision this new Hammond Destination YMCA to attract redevelopment and re-energize the Woodmar area. No doubt that will occur, and that's credit to like Al Creeder and those folks putting money back into this part of the community. The success of the Dean and Barbara White South Lake YMCA exceeded all expectations. Our performance that we set, we blew those out of the water within the first 3 months. And I envision the same, if not better, here in Hammond. With that, again, I would like to thank the Dean and Barbara White Foundation and Bill Hanna for their continued partnership, Mayor Tom McDermott Jr., and all of this Hammond City leadership for making this day possible. Thank you.
As Mayor Tom said, we just appreciate the support of the city. The city has always been there. All the council people, we want to thank you. I'd like to introduce next the councilman for this district, Barry Tyler, the third councilman.
I apologize for my attire. I'm getting used to getting out of the house now, getting fully vaccinated. I didn't get the suit memo today, so I just want to thank everybody for coming out. I want to thank everybody who's playing a part in this wonderful collaboration, this wonderful partnership. It takes me back to my days of working at Legacy Foundation and the privilege I had then to work directly with the Dean and Barbara White Foundation to spread money to nonprofits throughout Northwest Indiana. So it's exciting that that money is coming here to Hammond, to the 3rd District. And I also want to touch on history with the Y. So I was a Y kid. It's where I played my first organized basketball back when I was 4 years old. So it's exciting now that the Y is coming to the 3rd District, where I know a lot of families, a lot of students, a lot of youth will want to take advantage of the wonderful programming that you have now. And they still are doing so at the current location, but this expansion means a lot for the entire city, so we're very excited about it. And not just for the city. I think that we're going to be a destination for all of North Lake County and maybe even some of South Lake County, given that we're a little bit larger than the Crown Point right now. So excited to see that happen. And, you know, it's rare that you get to check off all the boxes that you are trying to prioritize in terms of the development for your district. And over the past couple of years, we've been focused on youth development, we've been focused on health and safety, and we've been focused on economic development. And so this expansion, this partnership checks all of those boxes. So I hope that the residents really understand what this means for the 3rd District. I want to thank Mayor McDermott for your vision, not just for our district, but for the entire city, for all of Northwest Indiana, for all you do for residents here. Africa Tarver, of course, Phil Taylor, and everybody who had a piece to do with this. And I don't think we gave a shout out to Kevin Smith, who I know had a hand in this, because he has a hand in everything. So thanks, Kevin. So I'm looking, a lot of you know that my wife and I just welcomed a set of twin boys back in December. So we're excited about this, looking forward to becoming Y members, because we aren't now, getting them in this pool so they can learn how to swim too. So very excited. So thank you everybody for coming out. Looking forward to this. Thanks.
All right, as many have talked about, this is really economic development, and it is more than just a YMCA. It's going to have a ripple effect through the entire North Lake County and Hammond. So I'd like to introduce Africa Tarver, the Executive Director of Planning and Development for the City of Hammond.
Hello, I'm Africa Tarver, Executive Director for the Department of Planning and Development with the City of Hammond. The good thing about coming last behind everyone is that you hear everyone's speeches. The bad thing is that usually they have your speech until they're there. So I'm going to make it short, because I've always learned that when everything's been said, you don't really need to do it over and over again. But I came out today and I wanted to bring up some history as far as Woodmar Mall and Carson's Mall, and had everything written down with some of the challenges that we faced and how we worked together to overcome them. But I guess at the end of the day, I can sum it up with a few phrases, or one phrase in particular, that the City of Hammond, we just get it. The YMCA, we just get it. And working together, we get it. We get that Carson's and Woodmar was more than brick and mortar. It was more than a retail mecca. It was more than just that. We get the importance of community with the City of Hammond. We get the importance of working together with the City of Hammond. So many of you that are here that were either raised in Hammond or have visited Hammond, or like myself is a Hammond native, many of us have memories from Carson's or from Woodmar, where we walked here, or we rode our bike, or we took a bus, or we got our shirts, we got our first pair of gym shoes. Some of us had our first jobs there. The wonderful thing about that is we learned in economic development and planning and development in general that economic development and community is about basically building memories. We all have a memory from Carson's. We all have a memory from Woodmar Mall. And today is the day that we'll start making memories for the YMCA at this site. So thank you for being a part of that, the part of the monumentous occasion that we have today, that we're making memories, not just for the City of Hammond, but for Northwest Indiana and the state of Indiana. Thank you.
All right, so I bet you want me to stop talking and you want to see a picture of this thing, right? So let's bring it up here, and we'll show you some renderings of what this facility could look like. So they're just going to walk like they're walking on the red carpet. So you can see the front facade of the Hammond YMCA. The outdoor pool, you get a little bit of the outdoor pool in there. There's going to be lap lanes. You've got zero-depth beach entry, all types of features for kids and families. There you see a picture of the entry, a grand double-decker entry walking in. A picture of all the water. There's going to be probably 500,000 gallons of water by the time this gets done. So you'll see 3 pools, 2 on the inside, 1 on the outside. This will boast 3 gyms as well as a track that has 7 laps per mile. so it is one of the larger tracks that we can see. I'm going to have Sharon just stop there so I can see just for a little bit. You're going to have 2 pools coming in there. You're going to have locker rooms, sports performance, fitness of all ages and all levels of fitness. We're able to make sure in our pools that we've got water walking, so for therapy-wise, against the current, with the current. Chronic disease and obesity and inactivity continue to be one of those things we need to tackle. And with this facility, we believe we have the spaces to be able to do this and the partnerships to be able to make sure that we not only, and as had been talked about before, as Africa said, I'm excited about the building, what the outside looks like, but I am extremely excited to see what happens inside this building. So just appreciate, we'll let you guys take a little bit closer of a look for this, but one of the questions that might come up is, when is this going to happen? So we are working on engineered drawings, we are working on raising money. We hope that the engineered drawings are going to be, starting now. We hope to break ground in the spring of next year, and then it'll be about 18 months to 24 months for completion. So we think a spring of 2024, this building will be up and ready to go. One of the pieces in here is questions is, what are we going to do with the other Hammond Y? We believe that that there's space for 2 Ys in this community, and so we are going to work. There's a lot of problems coming out of this pandemic that we're not quite wrapped our arms around, whether that's childcare, whether that is a safe place for kids after school in partnership with the school city of Hammond. And so we are going to work through some focus groups. We're going to talk to community leaders, and so there might be some different renovations to the current Hammond YMCA, whether that's through partnerships and different things. And so we are exploring all of those, but we sure believe that Hammond will be a destination YMCA and will be that bright light for Northwest Indiana. So thank you guys all for coming, and again, I appreciate everybody supporting this, and we'll hear more about it in the future. Thank you.
And so she broke her leg last August. I've literally been sleeping at her house since Labor Day.
That's great. Yeah. Sunglasses on, sunglasses off, your choice. Thank you. Yeah.